Hey guys, Topher Jason here from Fanny Falls Demon Hunter. You probably remember me from the show. I just wanted to take a second before this episode to say that I do get a better microphone in future episodes. Right away in the next episode, I have a better microphone. I actually wasn't even using a microphone for this episode. I was just using a sort of a funnel wrapped in tinfoil that was connected to an oven in the house that I was squatting in. Frank, I'm not even sure how it was recording me, but it worked. Anyways, enjoy.
We didn't think of a theme song. You ready?
Would you like me to sing a theme song?
No.
This is the podcast. It's in your ears right now.
We just don't have, it's just a lot of, like usually Reggie Watts, I think, is supposed to do your podcast theme song.
Oh, I know him.
You do?
Yeah.
Through Corden?
I saw him at a party once and I said, "Hello, Reggie." And he said, "Who are you?" And it was delightful.
That's a great story.
Yeah,
but listen,
it really was.
What if I just do this? What if I just go to Netflix and play the theme song from the show and we'll just have that be the intro?
Oh, I have a Netflix password. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm actually using yours too.
Yes, it's 5,000 buttholes.
That's the password, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here, hang on, let me...
Spelled with a W before the H.
Play the theme song. All right, it's firing up. Hello, welcome to Fanny Falls Demon Hunter, the podcast. I am Topher Jason, and with me...
Oh, I'm sorry, were you going to introduce me, or was I? My manager didn't make it clear.
I know, and we don't always work without directors, and sometimes that can be tricky.
I know, I really don't like working without a director, because I don't trust myself.
I know. So I'm Topher Jason, can you say?
I'm Letty Lamora. You might remember me from so many acting roles I've portrayed.
But mainly, argue, and I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school to say what we're mainly known for. Was 25 years ago, just about at this point. I want to feel old.
No, I do not.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Yeah. But every morning I wake up a little closer to death. But we did a show called Fanny Falls Demon Hunter. We were supporting cast members on that show. And so many people are rediscovering it now that we thought, why not do one of these watch-along podcasts where we go through and talk about every episode with some of the people that were behind it. And who better to do that? Two people that were there. Every single, well, there were only 13. There were 13 episodes.
13 episodes that are so meaty and rewatchable that I'm rewatching them now as well with the audience.
Yeah, I'm rewatching them with kids. I don't have kids, but I'm kids and I rewatch them with kids.
You're allowed to be around children.
Well, yeah, I found out. I know I did find out sort of. I guess I'll just jump into what's been up with me since the show, which is a lot of you guys know that on the show I met the love of my life, Thora Ann Green, who of course played Fanny, and we got married. We did divorce in 2007, and what could only be described as a rough year for me. I got arrested for having a fight with the inflatable snow globe in our front yard in West Hollywood.
I thought that was very disastrous to your career, but look at you, you're still standing.
I guess, and what helps is that I never had much of a career besides this show. Yeah, is that I've never, there wasn't really much to destroy, which helps if you keep expectations low.
Oh, yes, I find if you never do anything at all, no one can be disappointed.
Yes, exactly.
Can I just say, I never told you I'm so happy that you got a divorce because I never got you a wedding gift. And I never have to now.
Well, I don't know if that's...
Yes, I believe it's how it works. And I'm so blessed. Thank you, Topher.
Okay. Well, I did get remarried from 2008 to 2009, and you didn't get me a wedding gift.
Oh, I don't
then
believe I was
either.
invited.
Well,
It could have been the
if you
year I was
were.
in a cult, though. It was hard to track me down in 2009.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Do you want to talk about, because I can talk about what I've been up to, but it's mainly I've been in some independent films. I've been treading the boards,
Treading the
local
board.
theater.
What does that mean?
That's a term for acting, theater acting. You came from commercials, right? So you don't really know the theater term.
Yes, I was very famous for my vaginal gel commercials when I was but 14 years old, because teen girls can be afflicted by vaginal smells as well. And so I started there, and my mother practically pushed me in front of a camera and said, please make me money, I hate you. And so here I am now. I got cast in the show, but I've been living abroad for so long now because I'm married to a Brit and I'm a little British-ish.
A little, but where were you born?
Oh, Joliet. But we don't have to talk about that.
Joliet, Illinois. Yeah.
I can barely remember how to say Illinois because I live in Europe. But I'm married to Cairo Alexander, who is the creator of the show Shirts, which is a follow-up of Skins.
Yes, they would. That was on the BBC Two block. They would do Shirts and Skins. In one go. Yeah.
Yes, and Skins, they're drinking, they're fucking, they're partying, but in Shirts, they're all going to church, and it's very wholesome.
Right. It's because it's what they do when they're all buttoned up, sort of.
Yes, and I like that because I don't have to worry that he's going to have sex with one of the teen actresses, because they're all like Christians.
So are you currently in London?
Of course, I live in London town. That's what we call it by the Queen's English. And I have a little lifestyle blog, a website and magazine called Bloop, and that's Danish. It's Danish for good soap, because I believe that a good soap can not only cleanse your skin, and I have very many rashes, but it can cleanse your inside. It can cleanse your vaginal smells, which I'm still afflicted with, and it can just help you live better. Caveat being if you're rich. And that's just sort of my life now. I don't know, I guess it's kind of my calling, if I can say that.
So you sort of the track of your whole career has been vaginal smells.
I don't know if it's so much of a track as it is a thing that has followed me in my nether region for my entire life.
I've been there. No one knows that more than me. And of course, 14-year-old girls need it more than anybody. It's like, you ever smell? It's why you got to teach kids about deodorant.
Please, I was really worried about where that sentence was going.
No, look, I learned my lesson.
Yes. But anyway, I do miss this show ever so much.
It's true. We don't see each other at all. Every once in a while, Mario Lopez will come knocking because Inside Edition wants to do some sort of, retrospective or something, because it's 13 seminal episodes of television and people always want it to come back or for us to get back together and do another season or something. And I tell you what, we got the person on the show today who can answer all those questions for us today. But I just miss it. I miss having a purpose every day, because, and you mentioned, you had that stage mom, which was so great for you because my mom died in childbirth, but I still understand what the stage mom mentality and how they can push you and how great that can be.
Honestly, it's so lucky that your mom died because mine took all of my money. And they always say the grass is greener, right? But I just feel like the mom is meaner, on the other side. I don't know. I just, we all have our quirks, but yes,
that was the name of your second book, right? The Mom is Meaner.
The Mom is Meaner. Yes, it was a tell-all book about growing up with my mother, who, as everyone knows, is now Lindsay Lohan's agent.
Yes, yeah. So she sort of has been using that as the daughter figure that she feels she never had, is what she says.
Is that what she says?
Yeah.
I've been off
I do.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I do follow your mom on Twitter. She's very funny.
Really? Is she?
Yeah.
How funny is she? Is she funnier than me? Or?
I mean, I've never thought of you as a comedy person.
Well, but okay. But I hear what you said. But can I just say, when you read my tweets now, read them in a British accent, it's kind of funny.
Oh, okay. I guess I can see. I'm looking at some of these, and I guess I can see how they would be fun. Like this one, you know, I was reading it in sort of your Joliet voice that we knew you with, you know, back in the day.
Yeah, it's not me anymore.
Yeah, and this says the loo. First of all, that's where it starts, and I guess I should have taken a clue right there.
Yeah, because that's kind of British for a bathroom.
Yeah, it says, I guess the loo is in the farmer this time, which I think you were thinking of Farmer in the Dell. And you're trying to say the Dell is in the farmer?
It's a play on a classic nursery rhyme. I'm kind of considering releasing a children's album. Yeah.
I think that would be great for you.
Thank you so much. Me too.
I've always thought that you had a way with children ever since we were children. Of course, we were 25, 26 and we were playing these teenagers on the show, but I always thought that you had a way with the kids on set who were the extras.
Mm-hmm. I try to treat extras like they're real people.
I did always notice that about you, and that's something I never, because this was my first thing, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm fucking taking off after this. I'm going to be a big star. So I didn't really give them the time of day, and in fact was actively rude to a few extras. And you know, those stories came out at the time.
They've come out in a very big way. I know that some of the extras have become very famous now, as Shawn Mendes. Yes, he released a whole album of diss tracks about you specifically.
That's true. And I mean, you know, that's funny because that's when I thought we were actually getting along pretty well, but it turns out he was taking some of the things I was saying pretty offensively.
He hated you.
Yeah. And so
you shouldn't have, instead of saying excuse me when you were going past him to go to the bathroom, the loo, sorry, it seems you should have said excuse me instead of, don't you know who I am, you little chirp, I will beat you up and kill your father in his sleep, which is what he said you said to him.
Apparently his dad has sleep apnea, and that was why it was like extra hurtful, because he's always worried about his dad dying in his sleep.
Oh yeah. I am too, but my father has night terrors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm afraid Slender Man's gonna come and kill him.
I get that. Yeah. I do get that. I mean, I've been there. We've all been there.
Oh God! Every day I tell Slender Man, "You go the other way. I'm not going with you to the Slender Castle. I live by Windsor." Okay.
Right. You have a real one over there. I'm over here by the White Castle in Bakersfield, California. So we both live by castles. Is the point? We're both doing great. But so why don't we jump in and bring our guest on here, Letty?
I'd love to.
We of course there's no better. We're gonna edit all this out. But
oh my God, someone needs a line reading. Get a director.
You know, I'm not good at cold read. I'm not good at cold reads. But if we need a director, here's one right here. She wrote and directed the pilot. She created the show. She's gone on to crazy success since then, which we'll talk to her about. The creator of Fanny Falls Demon Hunter, Colby Clementine, is here with us. Hi, Colby.
Peter, coffee, cream, frap, Starbucks now. Don't go through the drive-thru. Hello.
Colby.
Hello.
Hey, we're on. How's it going?
Sorry, I just had to talk to my assistant really quick. Sushi. What are we doing here?
They serve sushi at Starbucks now in America.
What are we doing?
Colby,
doing
it's
a
so
big
great to
fan
see you.
meet and greet. Raise the roof. Raise the roof.
No, Colby.
There she is, Colby, with that classic catchphrase.
I've got 15 minutes.
Colby, it's Topher. It's Topher and Letty. It's Topher and Letty from
sorry,
Fanny Falls.
My hot tea's here. Just set it down.
Remember us from the television
Just set it down,
show.
Bitch. Sorry. Go on.
Colby, do you think you could go ahead and sort out any more snack or drink issues that you have?
Yeah, one second. I have a big. Hey, Matthew, I've got a big lasagna.
You have a big lasagna?
Sorry, 1 second, dear. In the fridge. Can you put it out and put it in the Instacart? Sorry, my sons let me tell you guys, my sons couldn't figure out what goes on in this house if they were paid to do it. You know, sometimes I think one more I'm going to shoot them in the head if they get one more thing wrong. Okay, here we go.
Colby.
With Katherine Heigl later, so.
Okay. Oh, how is she?
I'm not allowed to be. I'm sorry. Can you tell her?
No, that's okay. I know her. I saw her at a party once with my husband. Yes, we saw her at a party, and I said, "Hello, Catherine." I saw your boob. I saw your boob, your side boob in the film Side Effects, and she said, "I'm sorry. Who are you?" So that's kind of a lovely interaction.
I just texted her, and she texted me back. She said she didn't know who I was meeting. I've just now texted her, so she said she didn't. She's not.
But
It's
Colby,
not ringing a bell, you know.
But you remember us, right, from the show, from Fanny Falls.
On the
I
show?
played Charles. Fanny Falls Demon Hunter, your first
Fanny
show.
Falls.
I played Charles.
Mhm.
It was
Letty played
it was your
Ophelia.
first show.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the characters of Charles and Ophelia?
Charles and Ophelia, Fanny Falls. One second, I need to get my notebook, my big notebook.
We were
Oh,
kind of
wow.
in like
Just
every
look in this.
episode.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah,
Oh, God! Okay, I remember the show. I lied
Okay.
before. I thought this was a sort of a fan, meets a big producer, somebody who's made their own empire sort of situation. But you guys were actually on the show as extras?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
and please don't bring up extras around me. I don't.
He doesn't fare well with them.
Okay.
No.
No, we had lines.
Yeah.
We were main cast. We were main cast.
You played Fanny.
No, Thora
No.
played. That's my ex-wife. Thora played Fanny.
Thora Ann Green was a
Fanny.
huge bitch.
Oh,
You know this I like. This is the kind of
I
stuff
I wouldn't work on her with the sequel, Fannier and the sequel we did, the bigger fall. Fannier,
Yeah,
the bigger fall.
Fannier,
The Fannier the better is actually what we
Yeah.
were working
the network
title.
wanted to do like a made-for-TV movie, a sort of
Mhm.
to tie it all together. And you wanted to call it Fanny or Fall?
Well, I wanted to put her in a big fat suit and kind of like a Mr. Clump. She didn't want to do it.
Been very funny. Yeah.
It would have been funny.
The more Fanny, the better.
Would it be? I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it before we even talk about the base show, but like, would the sequel? Would it be like she had actually gotten fat, or is it like a demon curse or something?
No, we actually never mention it. So I was just gonna put her in a big, and she she kind of argued, "Hey, they're not gonna recognize me." And I said, "You fat bitch!
Yeah.
Wow.
They're gonna recognize you through your mean little eyes poking out of the suit."
I
said
remember
they're not gonna be able to not recognize your snarl tooth.
Yeah, the two of you had a very contentious relationship. I remember.
That's how I got everything out of her.
That's good directing.
Yeah, it is. Because I was married to her at the time, so I heard about all of this. She would
she's
come
my
home just in
sister, right?
tears. She's your sister?
Not biologically, but I feel that I was her sister in a past life. And sometimes I pull her pigtail. Gonna tell mom on you.
That's so interesting because I feel like I was Asian in a past life.
You have mentioned that. You mentioned that a lot.
I really don't see that for you. I see white.
No,
Okay, but have you seen her tattoos?
Yeah, see that.
You know what? I tried to get them removed when she came on set. I said, "Those are getting off of you right now."
Okay, so you do remember me.
It's coming back to me, Letty. I mean, it's coming back to me now. I mean, the horror, the hell that I was in with working with you two. It's all coming back like your daddy's night terrors. Every day that I was filming with you two, I actually asked you to leave in my mind, and I said, "God willing, make them leave."
Sometimes out loud.
Sometimes out loud when you were naughty, sure.
Yeah, and when I was in the middle
you
of the
big
scene,
asshole.
You would often tell me to leave in the middle of the scene, and you would give my lines to Letty.
Yes, and I loved it.
It went better, didn't it?
Yes.
It did, but there were sometimes lines about like skateboarding or things that my character did.
But it just made me cool.
skateboard.
Yes, I said it like that, and it made me seem cool.
Yeah.
Tell me right now, Letty, did you not want to work with me more than this guy?
Oh, I loved working with you. You were such a little bitch.
A little what, princess?
But in a princess bitch, but in the best way, because you would just insult us, and you got down to all of our insecurities, all of our fears, and you really played into that.
I would point bald,
Yeah.
Point at, Fred. I would point at him and say he was bald.
Yeah, and it
bad genes,
It seemed like it had no real purpose, but you
and it didn't.
Yeah, like you poor a lot, and you said, "You little poor little muggle, you
have less money than me."
You would say that all the time. You say you could, you need to earn your money, you little poor bitch, you welfare bitch. And so I did. I know I would act my heart out because I knew you were paying me,
and you needed it. You needed that to get you to whatever the hell you're doing now.
And
that
of course,
I don't know.
Obviously, you didn't mean it, right? It was all just
didn't mean what.
You were just directing us?
There was one morning I threw hot macaroni and cheese on Leslie, which is somebody who was fired. And sort of I thought she was the best actress I've ever seen. She was actually going to play your part, Letty, and I threw the macaroni and cheese, scarred her up. Couldn't keep her on set.
Yeah.
That's why you were called in last minute. recovered.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Well, she's since gotten a big career as a model because all that sort of stuff is coming back. And you go ahead, buddy.
Ugh, gross. Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was not your first choice.
Well, I mean, you certainly were. You were not our first or second or third. You probably were our seventh.
But this
Who
is
cares? It's over. It's done. No one watches that shit. TV is
shit.
kind of done, to be honest. No one watches indie stuff. No one watches Netflix.
No, people are watching Netflix. That's what.
I'm not watching it.
That's what we're. Well, no, you're a very busy person. The average
Not really.
person I think is watching a lot of Netflix more than ever right now.
I've got nothing but time, Topher.
Okay.
I sound like you,
Okay.
Letty.
Yeah, that's very funny. Yeah.
But Colby, why don't we dive in? Just tell us a little bit about how you came up with this show. Why a girl from Tennessee coming to Chicago, and why the Demon Hunter? Where did you come up with all this stuff? You must have been on so many drugs.
Is it from your real life?
I was shitting at a bus stop, and I saw a bus go by. And this was years ago. They didn't even have buses back then. And I saw this big picture of a horse.
Wait, I'm sorry. They didn't have buses?
This was the first I've ever seen of one.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, this was in 19 whatever. So I'm sitting there shitting my pants because Bloomingdale's didn't have a bathroom. God willing, they get one soon. Still don't have one. I actually was there just the other day complaining about it. I was like, my shit's coming out of the whatever. And they go, oh, we don't have a bathroom. I said, well, and they said, put on a mask. I said, I'm not gonna, so, which, everyone should, but I'm actually immune to it because I know somebody that got COVID. So I'm sitting in Bloomingdale's. They're like, oh, put a mask on. You can't come in here. I said, I have to shit. I started screaming, shaking one of their ugly sweaters. Anyway, I'm sitting at the bus.
They're worried about the wrong end of you. You know what I mean? They're worried about up here, but the problem's going down below.
Yeah, I don't want you to run your stand-up set on me. I know you've been trying to.
I have been hitting my in Bakersfield.
You did. Yeah, you tried to perform at the Laugh Factory, didn't you? In Hollywood.
Oh, I did perform.
I saw that video. It went viral. It went viral of everyone.
Send it to me, Letty.
It was the first ever. It was the first ever viral job interview because I actually was going in to ask for a job waiting tables.
Really?
And they made me do it on stage, and it was humiliating. It was my costume. I mean, it was just a black shirt.
I went, well, is he wearing? And I saw that clip. Letty just sent it to me. I saw it. I'm looking at the clip now, and I go, what's he wearing?
It was so funny because you started crying, and I didn't.
I mean, I see it right now. You're jumping up and down. Oh God, you just broke a stool.
Yeah, he humps the stool so hard that
you threw it down.
And he throws it at an audience member. The audience member says, I never liked you. No wonder your wife divorced you. It's really sad.
You don't need Thor in your life. You need a rose, not a thorn.
Oh.
So I'm sitting there at the bus stop.
That's something you used to say to me every day on the set, by the way.
That's because I wanted to fuck you.
I know.
But okay, I was at the time married to the man I'm married to now. That's getting my stuff, whatever. He's my assistant too. I wanted to have sex with you, but I didn't want to cheat on Peter
sure.
Pumpkin Eater, but I did want to still flirt. Sure, I have a lot of lovers in my life.
Did you ever want to have sex with me?
Sure. Yeah.
I'll take a sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going.
I wanted to sleep with everyone. I actually don't hire anyone unless I'm madly attracted to them. I mean,
that explains the audition because in the audition you had all of us take our shirts off.
I don't want that recorded, so can you take that out?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Edit it
making
out.
a note to edit that out.
And also, you guys wear a lot of bikinis in the show.
You said, let us see how those knockers flop.
I don't know if I said flop.
No, you said let us see how.
No, I remember. You said it to me too.
I don't know if I said flop. It just doesn't sound like me quite.
Yeah, because you went up to us and then you just kind of batted my tit about.
Sushi's here. Let me get into it. Oh. I don't want to. Bring me a fork. So I'm sitting there at the bus. See there's a big picture of a horse, which reminded me of Texas, which reminded me of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, what do I love about Tennessee cowboys? Wrote an entire sitcom about them. Saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then I thought, well, this is gonna be. And then I just started copying off of that, because I was like, there's something different about Buffy. Buffy's better than what I wrote. So
I've never
I
heard of that show.
autocorrect word search. I was like, put all the cowboy
actually
out,
don't
put all
know.
vampire out in.
Not familiar with that show you're talking about.
What's your game plan, guys? Because I feel like I'm being here to be attacked. What I did in something 20 or 40 years ago. How I acted over here.
40 years ago.
Listen, Colby, people want to, believe it or not, people want to know about the show because
they're going to say people want to nibble.
People do want to
nibble of the show. People are really watching it right now.
That's the thing. They're nibbling. Okay. We want them to take a big bite. You know what I mean? So that's why we want to tell them the story.
The show has a cult following, and not the cult that I was in, but like, you know, people like it.
Sure.
More than they did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think people really liked it back then. I think now it's probably poopy. It's outdated. It's old. It's yucky. What I would love to talk to you guys about, which is something you guys probably don't want to talk about, is my new movie coming out with the guy that was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, am I in the
movie?
Been
doing.
Is it Matthew Broderick?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing a big movie for him.
Which
producer.
one?
It's called A Little Bit of Me and A Little Bit of Menace. It's a big title for a little guy, you know, and we kind of, it's just such an amazing story. I don't know if you guys want to even hear about it.
He is quite little, you're right, because I ran into him once at a museum, and I said, it's Matthew Broderick, it's Mr. Sarah Jessica Parker, and he said, security, and so I left.
Try to put him on stilts.
People, Letty. I try to push you down sometimes, but you know people.
No, I
Topher,
really
name 5 people you know.
Name 5? You.
Okay.
Topher, I think his name is.
You're just looking around the Zoom.
Caro, my husband. My cat, Dr. Chocolate, and I know one of the Bush twins, Jenna Bush.
Sure.
Oh, she can, but she has not introduced you to the other one yet.
No,
Barbara.
No, well, they have another sister that's locked up in the attic at the White House, and
I've actually been hooking up with her. I've been hooking up with her.
With Jenna?
With Barbara?
Sure. Yeah. So
is it both?
I'm a little bit hooking up with both, but never at the same time, so don't tell.
Sure. No, that's
women like me. Women feel comfortable around me. My husband, he doesn't know didn't kill him, so.
That's true, because it was also announced recently, speaking of, women, that you're helming a big Marvel movie coming up soon, which is which one again?
Yes. It's called Taxi Driver. It's called Taxi Driver. It's so exciting to me to finally be working in the Marvel world. You know,
is it connected to the old film Taxi Driver?
There's something I do sometimes when I can't think of a title for a movie. I just Google titles of movies and I pick one that's already existed.
Oh, okay.
And it's interesting because people go see it thinking it's a sequel and then it's not, which is something that I like to do. I like to turn things on its head. I want people to look at me and say, I don't think she's a producer. I think she's a jester. I don't think she's a jester. I think she's a teacher, you know?
I'm confused. Who of the Marvel characters is in Taxi Driver?
I actually play the main lead of the movie.
Really?
You're in it.
This is the first movie where I'm the lead and not just the second lead, and people might think, oh, it's weird she's producing her own movie and she's in it, she's a director.
I think that's weird.
You do think it's weird?
That's not weird. Woody Allen did that all the time, and you always said
gross.
you wanted to be just like him.
I love famous sex pervert Woody Allen. I do love him.
That's the one person I'm not texting back right now, so if we could just not.
Okay, fair enough.
No problem. Yeah. Are you auditioning any other roles for the movie?
You know what? To be honest, right now, the only person I have casted is myself, and I'm not open to casting anyone else because this is a project that's close to me, and I feel like adding anyone can mess it up in any second. You know, you're going to see me play the banker. You're going to see me play my own love interest. Have you ever seen me finger myself? You know, you're going to see it all in this film.
Okay.
And I'm a superhero, and I'm the villain.
Give me time to answer that, but because that's the thing. I mean, just speaking about auditions, you know, we have
You're not
neither
auditioning,
Letty,
right?
Neither Letty nor I have been in any of your projects. Any projects that you've done since then that have been very successful.
Yeah,
well, that's not totally true. I was a dead body in one movie that you did.
Yay!
I know, and people
awesome.
called it a cameo, but I had to go through rounds of auditioning for that.
Yes.
And I never saw you once, never got an email from you about doing the movie.
I watched it the whole time, every piddle, every tap, you know, I was watching.
Let's go back. Let's talk about our audition. Well, I guess Letty, you talked about your audition and the tit flopping. I remember my audition. I walked in and I read the sides. That's what we call them in Hollywood, the sides.
People were
and
taking bets that you couldn't read when you sort of started saying. We said we don't know if he's memorized this or read. We were talking the whole time.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I remember as soon as I finished, you looked up and you said, "I'll never forget what you said." You said to the person next to you, "Do I have to be here for this?"
Oh,
and
that was a real question.
Sounds
I didn't
like
know.
you.
And that made me so mad that I started to walk out. And as I walked out, I slipped on some errant dog shit that was inside. And I fell head first into a trash can. Yes. And when I pulled the trash can off, there was a condom still on my head, which again, it was an office building. I don't know why there was a condom that trash can.
That was mine.
Okay, yeah, it was a big female condom.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate you bringing up my dead Great Dane's dog poopy.
Okay,
Willow.
Again, sorry about that. But so I stood up covered in just various, bodily excretions, and you looked at me and you said, "He's got the job."
Because you did.
That's an incredible Hollywood story.
It is, and that sort of set the scene for how you would use me in the show.
Do you know that casting directors they know who has the part before the person's even born?
Is that it's like a Minority Report type thing? They use psychics, or?
I just knew the second I saw you that you were going to eventually get the part, but I knew at first you wouldn't. You
knew at first you were bored by me.
Wow. Let me give you a minute to take that in.
Okay.
That's amazing.
You walk into a room and you freaked me out, and then you freaked me in by the end of it. What does that make you feel? Wouldn't that be better than me immediately saying you got the part, handing them out like hotcakes?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be better if I knew what I did so that I could do it again at another audition. But instead, it's just been
there was
bad
a look
audition.
In your eye when the female condom was on your head. You had this look in your eye.
And don't think I didn't try bringing that female condom along to other auditions to see if that was the lucky charm.
I bring mine to every audition.
Really?
Yeah.
And I pull it out and I say, "Come and get it, boys." And it actually works 60% of the time.
Letty, I thought you were doing a t-shirt business. I didn't know you were still acting.
Well, I own a lifestyle blog, and we do sell a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So
everything's coming back. This hell you've created, the two demons in my life, everything's sort of coming back. I looked at you and thought, I've never met these people in the beginning of this podcast. Now I'm remembering all these horrifying details about the two saddest people I've ever met in my life. I feel like I'm in a self-help group.
You might not recognize me because I had a surgery to change the color of my eyes after I escaped from a cult, because I was trying to make it so that they would find me.
Stop talking to me about the cult, okay? Well, you email me all the time about it. I'm not making that into a feature film.
I tried to get you to join it, but I really think that my escape would be a good story. Don't you think?
No, I think that's something you need to stop.
And I can do an American accent, I know now I have this accent, but I can speak American if you need me to.
Well, why now when you speak an American accent, it sounds like when Liam Neeson speaks an American accent?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
you know what, Letty? I can't trust you as far as I can throw you.
Is that because I stole all that money from your purse? Oh, did you?
Well, you know what? To be honest, I don't use money. I don't even like to look at it. But the fact that maybe you're freaking me out right now is the fact that I can't work with you because I don't trust you.
But if I've learned anything from you, Colby, it's that freaking you out is just the first step to freaking you in.
Right. You love to be freaked in.
The only person I want to work with is Lena Dunham. And that's it. I've worked with the stars. I've worked with everybody. I want to work with her.
I think that she's very available.
Have you tried
to get her on the podcast? Maybe I'll start a project with her. Letty, you need to be... Let me guess, a teacher. Topher, you need to be a teacher's assistant. There, I've granted you.
Am I supposed to be Letty's assistant?
I
mean, that worked out perfect for you guys.
No, we're both actors. We're both in entertainment. My husband is BBC4 royalty. My
husband, eats me out. It doesn't matter though.
What do you do to make him do that? I've tried to put whipped cream.
I say eat it or go. I say eat it or go.
Oh, that's what you should do.
He goes, "What's for dinner?" I said, "My pussy." Eat it or go. And that's something that's an invitation,
When Cairo asks me what's for dinner, I always say Domino's, and then I order it. But
you order Domino's every day?
Every day. I have a Domino's budget.
They have a reward.
I'm sorry, that's something a teacher would do. I'm just saying that's something
system too. You can build up reward points with Domino's. I worked there for a little while in 2012. We know. So I know they build up a reward.
Yeah, they have the Look It program, which is they give you when you get 10 punch cards, they give you like a tiny pizza and they go, look at what you've done.
If Topher mentions working at Domino's again, I'm going to start freaking out and I'm going to pull down every painting on my wall and start breaking them.
This is really bringing me right back to being on the set with you guys, and I think we're going to get into Colby. You have time to stick around. We're going to talk about the first episode.
I don't have time, but I will stay.
I know you will. We've worked this out with your publicist.
You know what I said to her when she told me I was doing this? I said, "You're losing your timeshare in Florida."
Okay.
When she said I had to do this, you're gone. You're losing your timeshare. I'm not sharing that place with you anymore.
Could I have it if she's not going to have it?
I don't want you near any of my homes.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I don't want you even close to my pond, honey.
Okay. All right. I understand.
I would ask, but I really don't even have a way to get to Florida. Like, I wouldn't be able to afford to get there.
You could walk. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm going to Forrest Gump across the country.
You want me to walk across an ocean?
What's wrong with Forrest Gump? That's an interesting person. That's somebody who I would love to work with. Forrest Gump. What's wrong with him? Putting down the magicians of the world, bud.
That could be a great project for you.
Yeah, I would love to play Jenny in Forrest Gump too.
You guys want to suck me dry, don't you? That's what this is.
No.
That's not what this is. This is for the fans.
We admire you.
Listen, we have to take a quick ad break. So we're going to take our ad break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about episode 1 of Fanny Falls Demon Hunter. The Hunt Begins. Pilot.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, we're going to talk about some Bunara demons during this episode, but of course, if you're having trouble popping a Bunara, you want to get a Manchu. That's our sponsor this week, Manchus.
It makes you a boner hard. Oh, you have the copy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You can do some of the copy, but yeah, that's the next line is it makes your boner hard.
Yes.
If you had soft boners before this, that will not be a problem anymore with Manchu. It's a chewable too. A lot of people are having so many problems choking down a pill to get a boner, but this is not going to happen anymore. This is a chewable little tablet that gets right up in your teeth, and so that way there's kind of an extended release, and you get kind of a longer lasting. I don't want to keep using the word boner, but boner.
No, I love it. And what you could do, and this is, I know it's an ad, but I mean it. I mean it in my real life. What I do is I take it, I put it in my mouth, I chew it up, and then I baby bird it into my husband's mouth. And then as I spit it up, I go, and then I say, I bequeath unto you a boner. And then he says, bon appetit. And then he gets a hard on, and then we do make love bi-monthly. And it's all thanks to Manchu.
That's so great for you, because I've had I've experimented with this solo. And it still works. It still works. There's no law that says that if you're going to take a boner pill, you have to be with another person.
Oh, well, it sounds like you're a Manchurian candidate.
That's true. I am the Manchurian candidate.
Okay, that's really good. I don't know if
it's really good.
Anyone's listening.
Proud of you,
but
Letty.
Yeah.
So if you, and I don't know, Colby, do you have any experience with this product that you want to give a quick testimonial? Okay, no, she's just shaking her head now.
She yawned, actually.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep and started having a night terror, like your dad. Oh, your mom's dead. No, that's somebody else.
My dad's alive. He's just waiting for death.
And my mom did die in childbirth. Yeah. My head was too big, the doctor said.
You know what?
Too big.
Wow. I was actually really busy before my nap just now because I just got a singing deal with Hulu.
A singing deal? Are you on The Masked Singer?
They actually asked me to have my own album. And I said, okay, I'll have my own album.
So those are the dulcet. Hey, if that didn't give you a boner, I don't know what will, but I do know what will. It's Manchu. So go to manchu.com and
I actually like when my husband's soft.
Use the promo code Fanny Falls for, I think, 3 free boners.
3 free
it
boners.
Just somehow fits better when he is,
Yeah, of course.
Manchu. Get it and get it good. Okay.
Manchu. These two should be teachers, don't you think?
That's
Okay,
not the.
that's
That's
not-
not
That's a
we're cutting-
compliment, you guys. What is with the tudes, dude?
We're gonna cut that off. We're gonna cut that off of the ad.
not a
And
compliment, unless he's telling me that I could teach how to be a great actress. Which
You teach what you know. Those who can't do teach. What is that? Why is that not a compliment?
Because you just said we can't do, and you
Do
directed us.
gross. You know, I don't
All
know.
right, Colby, I know your time's limited. We gotta jump back in here.
You know what, Topher? We don't have to jump in.
Why?
Because you know what? This is hostile. I feel like two firemen are coming to my house, but you know, when they get there, instead of taking the fire out, they're actually putting my house on fire and killing me.
No. They're too sexy firemen. We're just trying to have a good time.
Wouldn't that make more sense for what a fireman is? Like, why are
Stop
they
with the
called-
stand-up set, okay?
All right, sorry. All right, so we're gonna jump in. Why don't we start by just listening straight up to the first scene that ever happened in the show, with Fanny and her mom. And you know, the show is from 1997, but I don't think that it's dated. I don't think there's dated
the worst
references
year of
in this.
my life. This was the worst year of my life.
So we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna play the first clip here from the show Fanny Falls Demon Hunter. Let's dive back into that place. Here we
Can't
go.
wait, Topher, Jason.
Why are we leaving Murfreesboro again?
Oh, Fanny, it's small potatoes. I'm a star. I can't be confined to some one Walmart town.
Mom, Murfreesboro has a population of over 100,000. That's as many people as voted for Ross Perot in Tennessee in the general. And you're not a star? You write Snapple caps.
I know, honey. I just wanted to know what it was like to be as dramatic as y'all being.
Wow, Mom. You really gonna pickle my biscuits right now? In this, my time of woe?
Whoa.
Moving is actually a very stressful thing on a teenager. You know, I'll have to make new friends.
That is stressful. Remind me, who were your old friends again?
You know, there was Joanne.
Joanne.
The school cop.
Oh, Officer Joanne.
Yeah, she actually really liked me.
Sweetie, the cop who caught you smoking cigarettes on campus so often that you're on a first-name basis with her does not count as a friend.
I told you I quit smoking. You know, 9 out of 10 dentists say smoking is bad for your teeth. My problem was, I went to that 10th dentist who thought it made my teeth look great. Okay, using humor for levity is just a dang one-way street around here, huh?
Fanny, we all needed a fresh start. You know that. After your father...
Don't say his name.
I actually didn't.
After what he did, and we both know what that is. We don't need to say it out loud right now because we both lived through it, so we'll maybe say it out loud another later time.
Yes, honey, I know. Your father did a thing that, let's face it, if you didn't know what we were talking about right now, which of course we both do, it would really seem dark and mysterious. Like he, or me, or all of us really have some skeletons in our closet. But no one's listening, right? Hello? Anyone listening? Is the car bugged? Can you hear me? Anyone listening out there?
Mom, roll the window up. It's cold. Oh, God. It's cold. Is it going to be that cold here all the time?
It's Chicago, honey. And no matter what we're leaving behind in Tennessee, things are about to get a lot colder.
And then the Chicago city skyline in the distance, and they drive into the city for the first time. And that is how the show begins. Fanny
That was
Falls
worse than
Demon
Grace and
Hunter.
Frankie. That was worse than Grace and Frankie.
You wrote it.
wrote
You
that.
literally wrote it.
You know what? It's not my fault. The script was amazing. Thora Ann Green should be in jail. Those actresses should be in jail.
I think that Thora's performance is great. And do we remember the name of the woman who played her mother?
Pee Kaka.
I don't think her name, Colby, was Pee.
You know what? Yeah, they're lovely. They did an amazing job with the script. There's something evil though
I
about
thought her
when
name
I was
was
listening to that.
Amy Adams with 2 D's.
It
And that's
was.
why
Amy
that's
Adams.
why her career never quite took off because it was too
Not quite
confusing.
ringing a bell.
Yeah.
Because it both was too much like Amy Adams, too much like the Adams
And
Family.
they kind of came around the same time, so it was unfortunate. 'cause
Yeah.
She was very good.
Have you ever been
Yeah.
inside of a haunted mall?
Every day.
Everything seems beautiful, but something's evil about it. There's
The
just
score,
the script was amazing. I mean, you heard it. There was riveting. The actors, great delivery. There's something evil about Thora Ann Green, and I will go to my grave at 120 years old still saying that.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm now realizing that the Haunted Mall episode that you wrote later on was actually based on Thora.
Of course,
That was my favorite episode.
everything
Yeah.
evil I've ever said has been based on that little, you know what.
Well, now I'm realizing that all of those lines about the Sbarro were really about her, and I can't help but wonder, like, what was the deal? You know, like, what was your
Yeah.
what was the beef there?
There is, because I'm a child of God, and she is one of Satan. She is a Satan girl. You know, when I met her, I said, "You're a Satan girl." I said, "You are from hell."
No, she's Jewish.
You know what, though? It doesn't even have to do with religion. It has something to do with the twinkle in her eye that's not there.
I see.
And when she auditioned for me, she walked in. I said, I said, perfect actress. You are evil, though.
Dead eyes.
You know.
I did say that. I said dead eyes, and the judge told me it was not relevant to the divorce proceedings.
Yeah.
She wears a big
I
hat
swore.
too. There's something about the hat she wears that I say,
Often very
take it
big.
off.
What are you hiding?
What are you hiding? And
Yeah.
then I said, I know what you're hiding. You're hiding hell within your own reach.
But I do think Thora is great in this episode. Especially, I mean, you wrote things like "pickle my biscuits," which is not a saying in the South that I know of.
Well, I
and
grew up in
she pulls it off.
Manhattan.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why, again, Tennessee was such a wild choice for me. And of course, Thora is not from the South as well. You can see she's barely pulling off that accent.
I think Thora has issues she hasn't worked out in a past life of hers, and she has somehow came back to Earth as the devil, and she has made a deal with Satan that she's going to be in someone's movie, and that's what happened. And I know it's not a movie, but a show is like a movie. It's like a short, long movie.
That's actually true.
Yeah, show is like a movie, movie's like a show is like a TV.
Yeah.
And
Well, I don't think
that's
a
all I
movie's
know.
like a show. I think a show's like a movie, though.
Yeah. That's very true.
And you know what? To be honest, I love Thora. In fact, I was in love with her. But when I realized that, I thought, oh, it's because she's the devil and she's put a spell on me.
So you thought she was tempting you, like the snake?
She
in the
was
Garden of
tempting
Eden.
me.
Okay.
She would come into my office and she'd say, she'd put her leg up on the desk and she said, "You don't want it. You want this, don't you?"
Topher, did you know that?
I don't know if that's. I don't. Sometimes Colby tells me
That's
stories,
what-
and I don't know what's true.
I think
She
Colby's
literally said,
telling
"I'm
the
going to kill
truth.
your husband if you don't sleep with me." Mm-hmm.
What
And
happened?
she tried to kill him.
Did she
like a
try to
devil
kill
would.
you?
Yes, she did. She tried to kill
Okay.
us both with a knife.
who's to say? I mean, like, who's to say what's like a heated
say.
argument and what's trying to kill someone?
She put her
Wow.
knife in my desk and she said, "The desk is going to be you next time." And then it was. And I kind of pushed back, and I was at a hospital when it happened. So luckily the doctors got in the way of her trying to hurt me. So
Why were you in the hospital?
I took her in because I said, "You need help."
Oh,
So
wow.
you took her and you said, "I'm here to bring."
Well, I
her
said,
to
"We're
you."
going to the Olive Garden for our date you've been asking." And I somehow, we went to the hospital instead, but
Yeah.
that's
Classic
neither
trick.
here nor there.
Yeah.
What did you want to ask about the show? Yes, it was based
So-
off Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't know what that show is.
I've never
but-
heard of that show.
But do you remember anything about working with that first day, or how it all started? Either of you guys, because of course,
Yeah.
Letty, we're gonna hear from you in this next scene.
Yes.
Oh my God,
I
I can't
famously,
wait.
I don't remember any scene I'm not in. So hearing that
Yeah.
just now, that felt like the very first time.
And I'm not allowed to drink. So, but back then I was blacked out the whole day.
Yeah.
Go on. What were
Yeah.
you going to say?
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't grab the scene, Letty, where you meet Fanny. I have the next scene where you're sort of showing around the cafeteria. Do you want to talk about the scene where you guys meet?
Oh yeah, when we meet, it's a school. It's kind of one of those classic, teenage sitcoms where she runs into me and I'm kind of a cool girl, and she drops all of her books in front of me, and she's got her breasts kind of pushed together in a like a push-up bra, and I say, watch where you're going, but in American, watch where you're going, you geek, and then she explains that she's new, and it was really endearing, you know, because I didn't have the same experience you guys did with her. I really thought she was lovely. Like, she was
that geek line came to me when I was asleep.
Oh, really?
You dreamed
I dreamed it. And when I woke up, I said, God, get her out of my head. You know, I was like, God, get this actress out of my head before I start screaming. Yeah. But, you know, God was kind of, and he didn't say this, but I kind of sensed the vibe that, you know, he was like, use this pain for the story, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what I'm doing in my Marvel movie. Sorry, go on.
That's true, yeah. I do remember, Colby, you being very insistent on the push-up bra. And I remember you just hearing from my trailer, just hearing you yell, bigger, bigger.
Yeah, well, it was quite big, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted it to look like you were on a hot air balloon. Somehow. And
you had
they kept telling me, no, that doesn't make sense. And that doesn't really go. But I don't think that people shouldn't wear bras. You know?
We were all wearing push-up bras, but
well, come on, not everyone. I got Hannah not to wear one, so
right.
I mean,
well, I didn't want her to. She got her to, you know. This is hell. This is hell. To bring me back to the worst experience of my life, you two should be ashamed of yourselves.
Okay, well then let's just jump into the next scene.
Yeah.
So this is the scene where you're showing Fanny around the cafeteria, and then of course we get
the best scene
the first appearance of her mentor.
I tried to get this scene to be cut from the show.
And bodyguard Miss Thickness. How are you going to cut Miss Thickness's first appearance? Okay, so let's listen to this scene that takes place in the cafeteria with Letty and Thora as Fanny and Ophelia. Here we go.
Stick with me, and you'll never sit at the wrong table in the cafeteria again. That one is the stoners, that one is the carphoners, and that one is the boners.
The boners?
The kids who can't stop getting inappropriate boners in class. They decided to all group together so they wouldn't get judged, but now we just judge them even harder as a group.
No pun intended, I'm sure.
No, the pun was intended. I'm hot and smart. I know. It's a curse.
A boner curse?
At no point did I say those words in that order.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, word vomit. It just sort of popped up. Pun intended.
Whoa, look out for the new girl. I better watch my throne. I'm gonna go get a diet soda and a string cheese. You want anything?
No, thanks. My mom packed me okra and tomatoes.
Whatever, watch my stuff.
Fanny Falls?
Huh? Oh, hi. You're the gym teacher, right? Miss Thickness? Say, that was good gym today. Yeah, I really felt gymmed at the end of it.
Fanny, I need to talk with you.
Is it because of gym? Did I gym bad? How bad at gymming do you have to be to get a see me after class from gym?
It's not about gym. Stop saying the word gym. Can I talk to you in the hallway?
Is everything okay? Is my mom...
Your mother's fine. Fanny, what I'm about to say is going to sound strange, but I think deep down, you already know the truth. You know that you're not like other girls.
Oh, listen, I appreciate a good outreach program as much as the next girl, but I'm pretty sure I'm heterosexual.
You're... what?
I mean, do I get really complicated feelings from watching Annie Lennox videos on MTV? Sure, who doesn't? But...
Fanny, you're a demon hunter. That's why you're stronger than other people, why you get hunches about things. And I'm your personal bodyguard, set to protect you from the League of Demon Hunters.
Okay, lesbian culture is way more nuanced than I thought. I'm sorry. I just really need to finish my okra and tomatoes before 5th period, so if you'll excuse me.
You know about the boner curse, don't you?
In there with the famous Fanny hunch music sting. Whenever Fanny gets a hunch, we hear that music sting.
I love that music. That's my alarm clock in the morning.
I pulled it so we can hear it one more time.
Oh, that makes me want to put on my face cream and my placenta, you know.
Letty, you're being nasty girl.
No, that's my morning routine.
You know, if you guys remember, there was so many. We had to take so many times to get the click clack, you know, of the heels walking down. And
it's true. I remember Thora asking, like, "Can't we get this? Isn't there Foley artists who do the stuff later? Do we have to do it right now?"
And I said, "No, we have to do it now."
Yeah. You made us really. It was weird because you made us wear really big, giant, like Spice Girl heels to do it.
Well, you know, actors don't want to work. Actors don't want to work. They, you know, they don't want to pick up their little petty feet, and they don't want to get their hands dirty. And I want them to. I want them to feel everything.
Yeah, you had us like close our eyes and put our hands into buckets of olives. That you said told us they were eyeballs and stuff like that.
Also,
as a warm up.
Yeah.
If you're not warm, you're not up. You know.
And that's something you said to me a lot. You said that to me a lot.
Okay, we don't need to say it like that, Topher.
You'd whisper it to. That's something you'd whisper to me a lot.
Well, you were
like
really cold. You run
whisper.
Cold. You run cold. You're cold. You're cold. You're a cold guy.
That's not.
You are cold.
Again, and that is something. This also does sound familiar from my divorce proceedings, but
you are cold. That's the only thing me and Thor ever agreed on.
Those were made very public.
You are chilly to the touch. I could actually see that you are. Sometimes I'd touch you and your veins would freeze up. You'd go freeze up.
I do have a condition where if you touch, if I, like a lot of people, you know, when you touch your skin and there sort of leaves that red spot, for me, it turns ice cold.
Which is something I like, but it's not something I'm not going to say out loud. And also,
it's nice on a summer day, but.
Sure. Okay. You know, that scene actually did remind me of our legal battle with Mean Girls, because, you know, they stole a scene right from us, the whole cafeteria scene, which is if you see the movie Mean Girls, who I've never heard of, but I've been told in email, you know, they stole the scene from you. I go, oh, I don't know who they are. Tina Fey, Tina who? You know, I don't know. But that's who it was.
They didn't make it all rhyme like you did, though. You had all the.
I don't know what you mean. Rhyme.
The car phoners, the boners.
Theirs was just kind of racist.
I mean, they took our scene and made it, you know, something different. That's something bad, and I never seen it, but I heard it was bad. I heard Mean Girls the movie was bad, and I know they stole that scene from us, and I don't like to have things stolen from me unless it's money, which I don't care about.
You know, I tried to confront Tina Fey once.
Sorry, lasagna's here. Gala. Just put it on plates, babe. Sorry, go on.
I tried to confront Tina Fey at the Met Gala about this scene. I said,
they let you in there.
Stole it. Well, I snuck her on the back, and
that's my girl.
I dressed up. The theme that year was chandeliers. Chandelier, in American.
God, I got hurt that night.
And I dressed up and I pretended I was a fallen chandelier, literally from the ceiling.
Yes.
So people just kept walking past me, and then I saw Tina Fey, and I said, "Hey, I believe you owe Colby Clementine an apology." And she said, "Oh my God, a talking chandelier!"
Yeah.
And then she
thought you were really a chandelier.
They did. They really did. And my costume was very good.
Something off about her.
You know, I was asked to leave. Yeah, she got bit in the face by a dog, I think.
Oh, so of course, it was my dog.
Yeah, but you know, she
right. It
apologized.
It wasn't so much bit as like sicked on her face.
I said, "Go get her, little guy."
Yeah.
Bite the bitch.
You took a lot of offense to some Weekend Update joke that she did.
I just want to say, I don't think Tina Fey's a bitch, but my dog has.
Okay.
You know.
And that's okay. So let's mention a couple of important things. First of all, of course, in the first episode only of the show,
Are we recording right now?
Yes, we are. This is a podcast.
Oh, so I thought we were about to start.
Miss Thickness played by Diane Scully in only the first episode and then was recast. But Diane was great. And do we want to talk about why she didn't make it to the...
Yeah, why was she recast? I never got the story.
Because listen, you hear that voice. She of course ended up working for Movie Phone. She found great success as the voice of Movie Phone
and Movie Pass.
She was the voice of Movie Pass.
Yes.
If you have your sound on when you're in the Movie Pass app. Okay.
Wait, you replaced her because she stinks.
She smells stinky. So I said, you need to go. You know, I said, I actually, what I did was I wouldn't even want to talk to her. I looked over at my PA and I said, if I can smell her, you can tell her to go. I said, I can't smell this girl one more minute. I actually, in the middle of her scene, said, I can't smell this girl one more minute. And everybody kind of was like, who's she talking about? What is she talking about? And I guess, incidentally, it was the day that we had a bunch of fish nuggets or whatever. I didn't eat the stuff. And I guess she had her hand, elbow deep in it. And I'm like, what? Eat before you get here, you know?
Fish nuggets was a big fixture in craft services.
Whose idea that was?
Yeah.
I didn't order it.
I always assumed it was you, honestly. But.
No.
I did too, yeah.
All I eat is pierogies. But, well, back then.
So then, of course, what happens next on the show is Miss Thickness tells Fanny that her hunch is about the kids who are getting the boners. It's not just happening naturally. They're being cursed by
back to me about her.
They're being cursed.
So stinky.
They're being cursed by the Bunara demon, which has haunted the school for since the mid '80s, apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
all this is again stuff I've just I was literally making it up as it was happening. This isn't a script that I sat down with. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like,
really
sure.
Thought you like thought this whole world out and you outlined it, but you didn't.
I sort of outlined it the night before.
Oh.
You know.
You had like an early text to speech program, and you would just sort of talk. And we would get, and I was like,
give away that clue. Topher.
Well, I did. We would look at our scripts and we'd say, these aren't formatted the way that scripts are normally.
There was no punctuation ever, yeah.
You know, yeah, it was all just
times.
That's true too, and that was a very funny episode, actually. But so then we get mini scenes of Miss Thickness trying to convince Fanny
every time
that
she say her name, I smell her. You know,
she is a demon hunter. Well, picture the woman who played her for the next 12 episodes.
Okay. Well, it's hard because I know you're talking about the other one.
I know, Diane, but Diane was very nice. But I wasn't going to talk about the smell, but I do remember it.
Not nice smelling.
Okay,
stinky.
Cool. So then we get many scenes of her trying to talk Fanny into being a demon hunter. Fanny keeps denying it. It, of course, leads all to this emotional scene that takes place in the hallway of the high school. Should we just jump right into that?
Sure.
Sure.
Not a lot of B plot in this first episode, but I guess we'll get there in the later episodes.
I don't want you to critique my stuff.
Okay, that's fair, and I was not a writer. And I never have been a writer. I'm not a creator. I follow what people tell me to do.
Yes.
Good boy.
Okay, so here's the scene where Fanny finally decides to accept her fate as demon hunter.
Fanny, you can't ignore this forever. You have a...
Yeah, I know. A sacred birthright to protect the entire Chicagoland area from demons. Believe it or not, I heard you the first bajillion times. Well, let me tell you something about me. My daddy was a junkie. My mama was a cocktail waitress. Does that birth sound very right to you? I'm not a protector. I'm not even a person yet. I'm a teenager. I sweat at weird times, and I'm 6 inches shorter than every other girl in my grade, and one of my boobs is bigger than the other one, and I don't know yet if that's a puberty thing or if I'm just like this forever. What was that?
You already know what that was, Fanny. It's a girl who, without your help, will never live long enough to see if her boobs will even out.
Oh, Huckleberry.
And then, of course, we go right into the basement scene where she confronts the Bunara demon. Let's just jump right into that.
You think you can defeat me, little girl? Bunaras have held power over your kind since time immemorial. Every time a small female like you starts to get a little bit of power, you can rest assured there will be a Bunara waiting to pop up and ruin it all.
Oh, sweetie, did nobody tell you? It's the 90s. Women are liberated. And Chelsea Clinton is going to be president one day. It's time for you old Bunaras to go. You don't run things anymore.
My head! You have affixed it into the vise!
You know, most kids are terrified of popping a Bunara in school, but I'm actually looking forward to this.
Fanny, listen, that was actually a pretty good joke, but you need to focus your...
Oh my God, what happened in here?
Ophelia, we were doing an experiment for class.
An experiment for gym class.
Yes, it didn't go great. Too much vinegar, I think. Come on, Fanny, let's go get some more baking soda.
She's not buying it, Miss T. Look, I'm a demon hunter. She's my bodyguard.
Fanny!
Oh my God, you got demon viscera on your shirt. Halters are back in this season, so we're actually gonna need that baking soda if we're gonna get this stain out. Come on, let's go. Oh, hey, Charles.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Charles.
Okay, so let's talk about that's not how I edited that clip. That is how the edit is in the final cut of the
killed
episode.
me.
I remember it cutting off before
You sort of just got your line in.
Yeah, I didn't even. So that's
Is that
my
your only
only
line?
appearance
Is that the only line in the episode?
in this episode. Yeah,
I
that's my
loved
only
that. I thought it
line.
was so
I
funny
forgot
that
about
they did
that.
that.
And then it just cuts right to you guys partying and stuff, and
That
cleaning
was
her
fun.
shirt and talking. Yeah.
I was gonna have Thora do a big rap, when she first comes on in that scene and goes, yeah. I thought I wanted her to go into a rap, and she looked at me and she said, I can't rap, and I said, you can't do much of anything, can you? But you're gonna help try.
You expected her to just freestyle?
Yes. What's wrong with that? Let yourself grow a little.
The actor should be prepared, and I've always said that, and that's what I say.
I think the actor should feel like they're just been dropped into an ocean.
That's what I said.
A raft.
I was doing Aladdin at the Bakersfield County Playhouse, and
please stop inviting me to that, okay?
Well, so the one night the guy who plays Aladdin, he didn't show up, and I had to do both parts, and that's because I was prepared. I knew all those lines.
Wait,
you said do both parts.
What was the other part that you?
Yeah.
I did. I played Aladdin and the genie.
Oh wow, that must have been so fun for you.
I painted half my face blue. We did half my face blue, and I sort of would turn like Smeagol and Gollum.
Yeah. I think people probably were worried for you when they saw you do that.
I think that
they were. It was a big story on TMZ.
I was gonna say we played that clip on the Graham Norton show when I was on it, and they were like, "Weren't you in a TV show with him?" And I said, "No, I don't know him. I very much Mariah carried you."
Someone sent me the clip and said, "Should this person be arrested?" And I said,
they didn't
yes.
even know you knew me, and I think you didn't even know you knew me when you saw the clip.
Totally. It's coming back to me now.
Yeah.
I said they should be arrested and Thora should be arrested. I think they both would benefit from jail time.
You're kind of bringing up Thora again and how you believe.
I don't think she ever leaves. I think she has haunted me from the moment I was born. And until I go to Heaven's Gates, I won't get away from her.
I was in Heaven's Gate. I mean, sorry, that's not the
right.
same.
Not the cult. Like,
it's different.
And I'm glad I'm really glad that you made it out. You were the only person that made it out of that.
I actually really can't talk about this cult unless you want to tell us the real story, girl.
No, I actually legally cannot speak about it as well because I'm the only.
See, that's the thing. She gives us a bite and she takes it back. That's why I can't talk about
maybe
this.
we'll do a Patreon episode that's just you talking about.
Were you in love with the cult leader? Just tell me that. Were you in love with this guy? This crazy guy?
Everyone was in love with each other. That's how they get you in there. It's about love. It's the opposite of how you ran the show.
What did you guys eat? Just tell me what you ate.
What did we eat in the cult?
Yeah, just tell me what one little. It kind of sounds fun sometimes. I don't know.
Pieces of each other's hair.
That's gross. I don't know. I couldn't do it. That's all you guys eat. I don't know if I can do that.
Put it in a yogurt and we ate.
I did not know that. I
don't
like
yogurt.
That part.
I do not like yogurt.
I can't really speak too much about it because there's still an ongoing trial. But
yeah. Well, then we can't do a movie. So you got to stop emailing me about doing a movie.
No, I mean I'm willing to risk everything to do film. I believe I've made that quite clear as an actress.
I think you should be arrested too. There's just something about you. I think you should be behind bars. Save yourself from yourself.
That's really funny, but I don't think so. Yeah.
So this I guess is why you haven't really cast us in anything since.
I think I thought about casting you, and every time I look at myself in the mirror and I say, "Have you lost your damn mind, girl?"
Yeah. A couple of times you sent me
a
video of you saying that to yourself in the mirror. Like the things that I didn't even know I was up for. You'll send me a video and say, I was thinking about casting you for this. And then I said this. And then you turn the camera out to your reflection and you say, have you lost your damn mind, girl? And I can see there's both of you saying it at once.
I just think, girl, come on, put it together. Yeah. I mean, do you want to work with these two people that put you through hell, or do you want to work with Gordon Blue? There's somebody there.
Gordon Blue.
I've been working with Gordon Blue on a couple projects. For Netflix, Freeform.
I worked with Chicken Cordon Bleu when I was a waiter at Le Cirque.
That's what you should be doing, funny waiter jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see you as someone coming up to a table. Hello, what the heck's going on tonight? And everyone's laughing. Oh, our waiter's so funny. I wonder if he's a teacher's assistant too.
Well, Colby, people love the show. I don't know what to tell you. People love the show.
Who loves it?
People, they still talk about it. I don't have 4,000 followers on Twitter for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so people love the show.
4,000 followers. Wow.
Yeah, I do. I have 4,000
I'm verified, but I have 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have not been able to get verified yet because they keep
I'm not
saying
going to
that
talk about my
face,
Instagram. I'm not going to talk
keep saying
about my
face looks different.
TikTok.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But people love the show. They keep tweeting about it. They keep posting their
I think they need to get a life. I think they need to look and say, what can... I think that people tweeting about the show need to all be on a bus that goes to Alabama and it drops them off, and they can kind of be friends and make pottery. I think that the people that are tweeting about the show need to get help. Thank you.
And this is what you say whenever you do a comic book convention and appear for the show. This is kind of what you say to them.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing you do so many considering this is your message.
I think
Yeah.
I just want to wake people up. Hello!
And it's
Good morning!
I just wonder if you do it for the money, but I know you don't care about money. You hate it.
I don't care about money. I don't even know bank account. I don't know. I don't know. Anytime someone gives me a bill, they're sending me a bill right now. Get it away. Peter, get it away. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. I want to live in a world where money doesn't exist.
A plate of lasagna. That's how distant from the world of money you are, as you think that a plate of lasagna is a bill.
Get it away. It's hot. I don't want to see it, you know.
It looks great.
Bills aren't normally hot. Directors always got to get the last word.
You got to tell me something, don't you? You have a big secret from me.
I don't have a big secret from you, Colby. I'm just trying to do my best.
What did you really ask me on today for?
I've had a hard time for the last 25 years.
On me?
No, not a big crush. I'm just trying my best. I've had a lot of legal troubles. I've had a lot of drug troubles. Had a lot of sex addiction troubles.
Legally?
Sex addiction.
Yeah, we don't look. That's not what I came here to talk about. I came here to talk about the show. People don't want to hear about.
Wait. No, but you were in Californication for one episode, weren't you? You played a gigolo.
Technically, yeah, I was.
You played that from real life.
It was a stolen shot. It was a stolen shot. They stole a shot on the strip.
Wow.
And I didn't know they were filming. They somehow didn't get my permission to
in
air
you.
me being a gigolo.
I believe in you.
That ruined that ruined my second marriage.
Well, listen, if you're ever in London town and you need a place to stay, I have a couple of hotel phone numbers.
I love that.
And I'll share them.
Thank you. I don't see myself being able to afford to do cross country travel.
Oh, that's so sad.
I believe in you, Topher.
Okay, listen, before we get out of here, we're going to do the question of the week real quick. Every week we're going to get a question. You guys can send a question in to our social media. And the first question, and this, of course, is sponsored by Manchu. Manchu, get up and get hot. If you're not hot, you're not up.
That sounds like something that's familiar.
Comes from at Street Cheese. And they want to know, what music did you guys listen to on the set to get in the mood
I don't listen
for
to
acting?
music.
That's true. That's something that everyone knows about you, which is why all the music had to, you would add at the show completely, and they would have to add the music without telling you almost.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite song
Our musical
is?
director, you guys heard our musical director and how hard they were working during this episode. We're going to have him on the show eventually.
This is my favorite song.
Like
Go ahead.
Listen.
Yeah.
There it is. That's my favorite song. Nothing.
Sound of Silence.
Well, no, that's a song by Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I like that song too.
Yeah. Did you ever listen to music at Street Cheese? Wants to know if you ever listened to music on the set, Letty.
Yes, I listened exclusively to trip hop.
That's
Trip
true.
who?
Trip hop. It was only around for a very short while, and it's jazz infused, slow jam hip hop. It's the kind of stuff that plays in the background of a very chic, white-owned Chinese restaurant in an urban area.
It's the kind of stuff that's usually like track 8 of a Fatboy Slim album.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I started listening to it because I knew Fatboy Slim, and I tried to date him, and he said, "Please leave me alone," so many times. And then I took a couple of cassettes from his apartment the one time I broke in, and that's how I got hooked. You know, he had a lot of good things he sampled.
I'm worried about you.
No, you shouldn't be.
You know, I'm worried you're going to get in trouble for real.
No.
I've grown attached to you two during this horrible experience.
In the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a different person. Someone who's your mommy that wants to take care of you, wants to get you on the right track. If you guys need something like an encouraging word.
I have an aversion to mothers.
I think you have a very good version to them.
Thank you.
I'm drawn to mothers, but I
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk about
What
that.
about you? Were you listening to music?
I listened to Blink-182's Dude Ranch constantly at that time.
Was that out? What year was this again? 1997?
Yeah, it was 1997.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Do you remember when I took your headphones off and I threw them on the floor when you were listening to them?
I do remember that because these were, this isn't today. The day these kids have their AirPods and everything.
Oh,
these things were metal and foam. They made a big clang, made a big clang when you jumped on them.
I did have a best of, I had a best of Lilith Fair CD, and I was listening to that on repeat when we were done filming an episode because I wanted to chill down, and Paula Cole was the only way I could do it.
Mm-hmm. It was always trip hop on the way into the day, and Lilith Fair on the way down.
Yes, and I don't want to wait,
For life to be over.
Yeah, I wish that could have been our theme song, but someone took it from us.
No, we just had that great instrumental theme song. But that's another thing. A lot of people say our musical director that it a lot of the stuff sounds like it was made by an amateur in GarageBand, but GarageBand didn't even exist at the time.
So it's an impossible accusation.
It's an impossible accusation.
That's what life's about, impossible accusations.
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk to the musical director about that when we get him on the show. But I guess
have anyone else on the show.
You want to be on all the rest of the episodes, or?
I think you need to end it now. People shouldn't be hearing about the show. People shouldn't be talking about the show.
This, again, is something you used to say to me all the time, which was hurtful because I wasn't doing a show at the time. You would just say, I think you need to end it. And
because
that's something
I don't think you should be doing show business. I think you
every
should be
day,
doing class business, waiter business.
I know, but Colby, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You know how much
Colby,
it affected
don't
me?
say my name like that, Colby.
Do you know how much it affected me when every day I would get off of working on the set and in my trailer there would be a bouquet of flowers with a card that says, I think you should end it.
It's the nicest way to end something.
Yeah.
How's that mean?
No, because you were talking about my life, Colby. You were saying you think I should end my life.
No, I wasn't. I said evacuate the premises. That's what I mean by that when I say end it. I don't care whatever you do. I don't know. I want you to live on the earth that I live on. I just don't want to hear you or talk to you or be in business with you. I want you to exist.
That's amazing.
Sure.
That's an amazing gesture because I love living on the earth that you're on, but I wouldn't mind also living on a comet far away.
Sure.
I cannot shake the vision of you two teaching together. I cannot shake the vision of you two together in a classroom. I'm sorry.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I mean, you never know. I mean, Zoom is happening more and more, so maybe we could teach a Zoom class on acting.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Okay.
Yeah, my husband's pretty successful. I'm kind of riding on that.
I could see you walking in, Topher, and handing Letty a cup of tea, and her saying, "Oh, I started class," and you going to sit in the back.
Well, I do. To be fair, I do play the principal on shirts.
If it should be a play, I don't think it should be that though.
No, it's television.
I don't think you should be on television. I don't think anyone in this Zoom, except for me, should be a part of any more productions.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not agree, Topher?
No, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work, and
you can work at the Montgomery Library as a teacher, coming in to reach students
in Alabama.
Sure. I don't know where you live.
I could never afford to get to Alabama, but
I'll pay for you right now. I'm booking you a ticket.
You can rest assured that Thora will likely not be on the show because she doesn't return my calls.
I think Thora should be locked up in
I wish
county
you would.
jail.
I'd love to talk to her.
What would you say
I would
to
love
her?
to talk to her too. She still has many of my things, but
I'd say, "What's up?" But I'd say it like the Budweiser frog. I'd go, "What's up?"
You know what I'd say? I never want to see you. I never want to look at you. I don't even know how you got here. And then I'd call her like a really bad name.
Didn't she win an Oscar last year?
I don't know who Oscar is, and I don't care who she won him for. I don't care. She can win the poetry contest. I wouldn't care.
Well, we're not here to talk about Thora Ann Green. We're here to talk about Fanny Falls, and we've done.
Okay.
So I think that's all the time we have for today. I'm going to take your advice, Colby. I'm going to end it right now.
Do you have a shift at the Olive Garden you need to go to?
That's none of your business what I'm doing these days.
Don't fall for that.
Whatever I'm doing these days is none of your business, and wherever I'm serving is none of your business.
Okay, you could be in the Marvel movie.
Wait.
Okay.
You could be in the Marvel movie. You need this right now, and I'm scared. So yes, you can be in it. Letty, you're stronger than him.
Yes.
There it is. There it is. Just be sad, and people will give you things.
What the hell? I can do a monologue.
Letty, you have a come on, Letty, come on.
Yeah,
You're not
right.
divorced.
You have a husband. I have
You have
nobody.
a husband.
My mom died because of childbirth because she hated me so much.
Your mom's alive and she's mean. You're fine.
You're fine. That's normal.
Great.
I can't have 3 people in this movie.
Hell yeah. All right, look for me.
Okay,
Colby's
that's all the
upcoming
time we
Marvel
have.
Movie.
What'd you say?
No, Colby, we're the host. We're the host.
Wrap it up.
What was episode 2 of the show? Oh, we have episode 2 of the show, Professor Party of Evil. We'll be back to talk about that next week. And until then, stay Fanny, everybody.
Stay Fanny.
Thank you, Colby, for being here.
Ugh.
Hey guys, Andy Fleming here. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, then thank you so much for checking out this first episode of Fanny Falls Demon Hunter or falling asleep with it on. You would be surprised how much work went into making this show, so if you want to, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbfun. That's the Dumb Fun family of podcasts, which includes not only Fanny Falls Demon Hunter, but also Musical the Movie the Podcast, where we talk about musical films and then pitch a fully produced new song for them, as well as 30 Characters, a wild round-robin table of character fun with no rules whatsoever. That Patreon is the only place to find clips from each episode of the fake TV show Fanny Falls Demon Hunter that we play on the podcast. Thank you guys so much. A quick shout out to our cast for this episode. Fanny's mom was played by Amy Adams with 2 Ds, who was played by Jen Cooper. Fanny Falls was played by Thora Ann Birch, who was played by Mandy McKelvey. Miss Thickness was played by Diane Scully, who was played by Alex Cumin. Ophelia, played by Letty Lamora, played by Steph Weber. And Charles, played by Topher Jason, played by little old me, Andy Fleming. And of course, our special guest for this episode was Colby Clementine, the creator of the show, played by Megan Stalter, who you can catch on HBO's Hacks or in her capacity as one of the great weird comedians of this country. Our awesome logo is by Mitchell Dunham. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week. Keep it Fanny.